of water. He had the Lord of Heaven right on his tail. And he did have a serpent's tail. He had never been forced to an ugly corner like this. He was mad, ready to explode, kind of mad. And what would a spoiled god do in such a case? Well, he smashed into the Rocky Mountain, head on. It was death or honor. The people on Earth might have watched on while such watermelon scenes if the god of water hadn't been so strong and foolhardy. You don't get such a show every day. But the Buzhou Mountain couldn't take the hit. It broke in the middle, and walls rained down. Some hit and houses. Now this was not funny anymore. Now let's remember, this was one of the pillars that was supporting the sky. Oops. The sky started tilting to the northwest, and the earth started tilting in the other direction, the southeast. And ever since then, so they say, all the stars started moving westwards, and all the big rivers flowed to the east. The balance of the universe had been seriously disturbed. Now the northwest is higher, and the southeast is lower. And a side note, there is a saying in China that big rivers rush to the east. And for a really long time, I did think all major rivers flowed to the east as a natural law or something. But it's actually just for China. In China, the Qinghai Tibet Plateau is not only China's highest plateau, but also the world's. And many major rivers in China originate from there. Why? Because of the ice on the plateau, which melts and form little streams, which then come together and merge into major rivers. And since, as I mentioned, the landscape in China is lower on the southeast side, water flows that way into the ocean. The biggest two rivers in China are the Yellow River and the Yangtze River, both flowing mightily toward the east. And the story of the god of water was how ancient Chinese explained it. Some of you might ask, what happened to the god of water with his head smashed into a mountain? Did he die? Not really. He was one tough kid, and his offsprings inherited his militant nature and had fights of their own. This is the story of God of Water for now, and we will talk about the God of Spring and Fall in the next episode.
If you like the podcast clip you just heard, find out more on radio.cgtn.com, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Stitcher, iHeartRadio, Castbox, or wherever you get your podcast.
Hello, and welcome to Chinese Folk Tales. This is Bebe. Today, I'm going to talk more about Chinese deities. Internationally speaking, Chinese gods are not nearly as famous as Greek ones. But to be honest, from a Chinese perspective, the Greek gods did some really weird things that we are not even comfortable talking about. Chinese gods are of a different style, and a lot of them are more like authoritative leaders who not only have supernatural abilities, but also supernatural responsibilities. Today, our stars are the god of spring and the god of autumn. These two are brothers, and their father was Shao Hao. Let's start with their father. Shao Hao was a lord of heaven and was called the White Emperor. And the interesting thing about the White Emperor is that he once built an empire in the East, not of people, but of birds. That's right.